Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Avatar: The Legend of Korra, Season 1, Episode 5. Yes, the last episode was a very interesting one, and so far, of all the episodes of Korra, my favorite one. Why I said this? I always like Korra. I like her character. I like her attitude. I love how badass she is. I like the point in which they make sure that she is more physical akin to powers than Aang. But still, she felt way too perfect. Even the fault that she doesn't know how to airbend was, in my opinion, overcome quite easily. Perhaps not completely, but at least she's starting to understand. So I didn't find it like a big obstacle. The last episode gave me something more human from her. The fear that she has, that she is not perfect, that she is still a human being. And that is something that I really like. This is obviously not something new from my subscribers, because this is something I said about Katara. Katara at the beginning of the last Airbender was way too perfect. Always the mature one, always the one who tried to control everybody else. But then you start to give her faults, and that is what makes her fascinating. And in the end, I like Katara. I love Katara. I love almost every character in The Last Airbender, but that's besides the point. And now we got Korra. Korra gave us, in the last episode, that fearful protagonist. That yes, she is powerful. Of course she is. She is the Avatar. But she is not fearless. She is still human. And let's take into account that that is the point of the Avatar. That they remain human. Because again, this is something that was said, I think it was in the special that looks like a PS1 game. They say, yeah, it will be easier for the spirit world just to send an spirit, something above the rest, something that is not human, and yes, he will be able to just make the decisions that needed, the most objective decision that could be done. But that is not what the world needs. The world needs somebody who is connected to the spiritual world, but who is actually connected to the human world. They need that balance. And if you take away that balance, yeah, you just make a boring character. And obviously, this is obviously from the point of view of storytelling. And that's why I like that episode. That episode is what Korra needed. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think this is the episode that Korra needed. Because yes, the focus of my commentary was Korra. And how the journey of fear we got there. And how it didn't disappoint in the end. It gave us the cathartic moment for Korra, for her to finally accept that she was scared. That is something that we needed. That is something that this show needed. So yes, that's elevate my love for Korra into a new whole level. And I think that was the point of the episode, other than make Amon very intimidating, which is something I am always grateful for, an intimidating villain. But yes, I love that episode and I cannot wait to see this next one. But before that, let me just remind you, please, if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below, alongside with my Patreon. And yes, we don't know what YouTube wants. Once again, please, if you can do all of that, if you can share the video, if you can do something else, I will be so grateful with you guys. But enough about this presentation. Let's cut this and watch the episode, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 5th episode of the series. Again, this show takes its time to build up characters, take its time to build up whatever they want. But it still feels odd. This episode feels odd after watching the the last one. The last one was a very serious topic, was a very serious problem, at least within the context of the show, obviously. Eh, but this one is a lot lighter, and I don't mean that love is not important, but if we compare it to the plot, that a person that could take away the bending from the entire world, or at least a very huge part of that world, at least within the city, I don't know if they could expand beyond the city. If they could take it away, that is a complete danger for everybody. And then we return to this episode with a love triangle, or perhaps more than a love triangle. I don't know. I still don't know. Especially because of the way that the preview was presented. The preview shows us that it's actually going to be a rivalry between Asami and Korra for the affection of Mako. That was going to be it. That is what I thought it was going to become. But actually, it still involves Bolin. My boy Bolin. He is great, he is awesome, and I love him with all my heart. Poor fellow who got his heart broken. And everything that we have seen in this episode, obviously there is no revelation, there is no huge moment for this episode. But yeah, I will be a hypocritical idiot if I don't think Korra and Mako have guilt in this situation. The only I think is completely, well, kind of innocent within the situation is Bolin. Bolin is more like childlike a person, more like a teenager. Perhaps all of them are teenagers, but I think the least mature one is Bolin. He's funny, he's compassionate, he's great. I don't want to sing a lot of praises to Bolin, even if, well, I do want to sing them, but I don't want to bore you with said praise. So yes, I like Bolin. I think he's great. It reminds me a lot of Sokka, but with the luck with the ladies. Because yeah, come on, Sokka was just killing it, man, killing it. But anyway, that's besides the point. He is, I think, the least mature. Well, the more childlike, I think, is more accurate, because I think he was very mature by the end of the episode. But the situation between Korra and Mako is different. They like each other, but Mako has another girl that he likes for different reasons. I don't know if all of those reasons are novel, I don't know, but perhaps some of them are, as some are not as novel, because yeah, she was a person that collided with him, but instead of running away, she was noble enough, and I mean Asami, was noble enough that she wanted to make up for him. That perhaps her intention is because she figured out, oh, this is a very good player, I'm going to help him. Again, that's normal. We feel attraction not over the personality, because we cannot see personality. We only see physical attraction at first, sorry. And then, of course, if it develops, it's not just physical attraction, it's something else. Yes, there is a step further. This is what I'm having between these two. Perhaps the initial attraction was, oh, he's a player, he's a professional bending player, she's gorgeous, let's go together. And then obviously they develop something else. Perhaps she discovered that she's kind, that she wants something else, and she discovered, oh, he's brave, he wants to protect me, all of those stuff, and that's how they are kind of being developing. This is something we don't know, because obviously they are not the focus of this series. It's Korra. But again, that is perhaps how she got himself into his heart. Korra, obviously, yeah, we have hints here and there of said romance of within this series, that if she's attracted to Mako, she wants to look good for him, and I mean look good in the tournament or while playing. So yeah, it's a different type of attraction, let's say. But yes, again, it's physical attraction at the beginning, and then obviously it's been developed because he cares about his brother, he wants to help his brother no matter what, etc, etc, etc. So there is something else, there is this love triangle. But the situation with this love triangle is that only two members of said triangle knows that it exists. Asami doesn't know. Asami just, okay, they are teammates, and that's it. That's it. She doesn't feel the competition here. Because they are not douchebags and they don't show it. At least Korra is not douchebag because I guess she is probably the one who could do this. She's not a douchebag and saying, oh yes, in your face. Until a certain point. I was so surprised when she just screamed her feelings in the middle of an episode. I thought it was going to be a lot more subdued, a lot more, okay, she's going to be awkward, she's going to be, oh, let's do this and let's do that. She was going to be something else, she was going to be more reserved, but obviously that doesn't go with Korra's attitude. Korra is different, Korra is more direct. But I still was not expecting that confession in that moment. And obviously Mako is conflicted because he likes her, he likes Korra, but he also likes Asami, so he is conflicted. What I don't like about this one, what I don't like what Korra did, is what she did with Bolin. Bolin obviously is just, I don't know if in love or in like, I don't know if it's correct to say, but that is the first thing that came to mind. He obviously has feelings for her. We got the first image, and it's kind of funny to see, okay, Bolin is attracted to Korra, Korra is attracted to Mako, Mako is attracted to Asumi, who is not even there. It's funny. But again, Bolin is obviously saying, okay, let's go to another date. He was never saying, oh, it's just between friends. No, he said, it's a date. Let's go on a date. And the problem here is that Korra feels fine by being praised, by being date worthy, because in that moment she was down. It's not like Bolin took advantage of that moment. Perhaps Bolin didn't even hear the confession, because perhaps if he heard the confession, he would say, okay, I'm going to back down my brother, or she likes my brother, that's it. He was so content receiving the praise in the middle of the arena. So he doesn't know. And what Korra did was a terrible thing. And that is something that I really don't like about Korra. That she lead him on in the wrong way, because it's kind of a rebound. Say, okay, it's a pity date. And that is something I hate. I always hated pity dates. I never went to one. Once I figured out it was a pity date, because yeah, obviously I'm not a ladies man, even if I look like one. I'm not a ladies man, obviously, and yeah, I have my deal with crushes that they didn't like me, and when they say, okay, a pity date, I hated that fucking pity dates. And once I figured out, perhaps it was a good thing because my crush was over in that moment. Perhaps I'm too prideful for that. But yes, my point is that I don't like what Korra did. I don't like that. But I don't like what Mako did either. Because yeah, you know, perhaps he was holding back because he knew his brother wanted to date Korra, even if he likes her. But the moment he responded, he is guilty too. He's guilty of this situation. So the love triangle was there, was kind of shifting between Asami and Bolin. And I feel so bad for Bolin. Again, it's a terrible thing that what happened here. The resolution in the end, I like how they end up being friends. The three of them end up being friends. I guess Mako is still going to date Asami, but Korra, I don't know what's going to happen with her. At least not in the romantic way, I mean. And not in the other way, so yeah. Anyway, yeah. But yes, I like the resolution, they are friends. I still feel that Bolin deserved better. Yes, I do. But I like to see him happy. I like how happy he looks in the end. And yes, I'm kind of surprised that Korra knows how to heal. But obviously, Katara was there, so she is perhaps the greatest water bender in existence because she knows offensive and defensive, and she knows how to cure. So yeah, she's the whole package. Katara is amazing. So yeah, I suspected. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. So yes, I still feel bad for Bolin because I love that guy so much, and I still feel they They make him wrong in this episode, man. Come on, poor Bolin. I mean, how could you do this to this face? Just look at his face. He is just the purest boy, man. Just the purest boy. But anyway, yes, it was a fun episode. I like it. And again, I like the flaws that I'm seeing in every character, in every main character. I love to see those flaws. I love how Mako is flawless, not flawless, flawed. I like how, well, Bolin was always flawed. He has a great self-esteem, but he's flawed. I love how Korra is flawed. Asami, we haven't had much of her, so perhaps, I don't know what is the purpose of the character. Hopefully it's not just to be the apple of discord in this situation. I hopefully not, because I don't know, I wouldn't feel fine by that. I want her to be something else. But anyway, yes, there is not much for me to say about this episode. It's obviously not as important, not as relevant as the last 2 episodes that we got. Honestly, yeah, I think that's it. I think I really exhausted the topic of this one. If you think I missed something, please let me know in the comments, and I will check them out, and I will try to make it up in the next reaction. But as always, please, if you enjoy the content of the channel, consider a subscription and turn on notifications. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you think about my reaction, the video, or my commentary. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below, alongside with the Patreon. And yes, again, if you want to share the video, please do so. I don't know what YouTube wants this time. Perhaps all of them, perhaps none of them, perhaps it's going to be something different. I have no clue what the fuck YouTube wants. So if you are so kind, please do all of the things that I said before at the same time. Anyway, yes, I think that's it. I hope you enjoy it, and I have nothing else to say, but thank you for your attention, and well, see you on the next one. Bye.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks, and see you on the next one.